I have a small yard and I always had a tough time mowing it because the shape of the lawn is not super simple. There are a lot of corners here and there, some plants that should be avoided, some shaded areas that are not well lit, and the ground is usually wet, which makes it tough for a traditional robot to mow the lawn. I was extremely surprised how well the Mammotion LUBA Mini AWD LiDAR handled everything, from mapping the lawn perfectly to avoiding obstacles and finding the smallest corners, to cut the grass with great precision, all in muddy conditions. As a disclaimer, this is a sponsored video, but everything I'm saying is my own thoughts only, and there is zero editorial input from Mammotion. To give you a bit of context on why this robot is impressive, we should look at the history of robot mowers. Early robot mowers used boundary wires that needed manual installation, which was not a great or flexible solution. Then came dual sensor fusion technology, which was smarter and combined two sensors for better accuracy and adaptability, a system that is still used today. But then Mammotion's Atlas Lab independently developed the tri-sensor fusion system, which combines LiDAR, RTK, a precise satellite-based positioning technology, and vision for better stability and up to centimeter level accuracy. The mower is rather small, hence the name Mini. You can definitely lift it easily and move it around if you want to. This is my watering can next to it for scale, and as you can see, it is not much longer than that. There are two handles on the left and right sides, so you can easily pick up the mower. The LiDAR and vision system is on top of the mower, and it is pretty neat, as you can see later in action. This is kind of the technology you see in self-driving cars and robot vacuum cleaners. There is a bumper in front of the robot, which gives it a very cool Formula 1 look. On the back, there is a stop button, not that you need it, but just in case, plus some other function keys like the on-off button and the start and home buttons. The wheel of the mower are also grippy. My lawn is not elevated, but even if it was, the Mammotion can effortlessly navigate up to an 80% slope, which is an insane capability. The robot is designed for steep hills and uneven ground. It also easily navigates through wet ground. The mower is IPX6 waterproof rated and has a rain detection sensor on top that adjusts the mowing schedule based on weather conditions. There is a light in front of the mower for areas that get dark and shadowed. What I love about the mower is that the battery is replaceable. It can be dismounted and replaced from the back, and this is something I want to see more in gadgets. No matter what battery technology a gadget uses, the batteries degrade over time. And this is a great way to make sure your mower will work at its highest capacity without needing to change it just because the battery has degraded after a few years. The battery needs 150 minutes to be fully charged from 0 to 100, and it can mow for 150 minutes on the charge. The mower has 6 blades and works very efficiently. Also, the razors are installed with the screws, so the maintenance of the system is effortless. Last time I checked, they were selling 4 sets of 6 blades for only €50, which is affordable if you ask me. You don't need any setup for the mower. I literally set up the whole system in 5 minutes. No boundary wires need to be buried, and there is no need for base station to install. You can just put the charging station anywhere, and if you want, you can secure it to the ground. I personally didn't have to. The charging station is also responsible for charging the device, obviously. Then you need to set up your LUBA. Of course, there are both Android and iOS applications. Here I'm using the Android version. The first thing you want to do is to update your firmware. Mammotion uses FOTA, which stands for Firmware Over the Air, to continuously receive updates. After that, you get simple and clear instructions on how to set up a robot, which is basically just connecting the station to a plug, as simple as that. Next, you need to map your area. You have 2 options. You can either do manual mapping or an automatic one. I personally chose auto, and even though my lawn has a bit of a complex shape, it didn't take long to find optimized path. The mower is AI powered and optimizes the routes to reduce repetition and improve efficiency. It can cover up to 250 meters per charge with consistent performance. The mower finds the smallest corners and edges and mows them, which is great since it reduces the need for manual trimming, often necessary with other mowers. After the mapping was done, I asked it to start mowing the lawn. I say to 50mm since winter is coming and the grass shouldn't be cut too short, but you can adjust it anywhere from 20mm to 65mm in length. The Mammotion LUBA Mini is powered by a 144 beam LiDAR generating up to 200,000 points per second. The robot maps your lawn in 3D with centimeter level accuracy, even under trees or trampolines. One of the reasons I love this mower is that it doesn't create any noise. I was so surprised to see how quiet it is, especially since I live in a townhouse. It is important not to bother the neighbors with a mower noise. The mower is whisper quiet and creates below 60 decibels of noise. You can hear and see its performance in real time. The mower can rotate 360 degrees in place, so it can fit itself into the smallest corners. The LiDAR enhanced vision system can detect obstacles like dark patches or toys and navigate precisely even in shaded or complex yards. I was also super happy to see it avoided my plants and didn't run over or cut them unnecessarily. The robot has reliable detection and positioning in any lighting or signal condition, even under trees, in shaded areas and in low light. As you can see, the grass and ground were wet because it rained last night, but since the robot has a 88 watts cutting motor with high torque, it can handle tall, thick and wet grass. It also cut the weeds nicely. After the task was done, the robot easily found its path back to the base and just went home to be called next time. I was super pleased with the result. Again, note that I don't have that nice British grass, but rather complex vegetation with wet weed, grass and some leaves left under the rain, and still I was impressed with how everything turned out. Also, cleaning the robot was super easy. There was no mess at all, something I often find with manual models where cleaning is a hassle. There was a brush included in the box, and I used it to gently brush away the grass. Also, please note that you should never clean these kind of gadgets with pressure water, same as electric bicycles. The total battery use during the task was only 16%, which is great. I will add more area to the mower later and it will easily support it. You can also change the setting of the mower in the app. You get things like task records, network settings, the option to upload logs for diagnosis, and the ability to change route settings and blade speed. You can even control your robot yourself and do manual mowing. I didn't find this necessary since the Tri-Sensor Fusion system does a great job and there is no need to touch anything after it is done. Another great feature is that you can define tasks and schedules in the app. For example, you can set a weekly schedule and ask your robot to do the work when you are not there, removing any need for manual control. When defining a task, you can also choose how high you want the grass to be, what speed it should go, the path spacing, the cutting path angle, and other things such as obstacles detection mode and cutting path mode. Overall, I'm super impressed by the quality of the mower. It was insanely easy to set up. When I got the product, I expected to spend hours learning how to use it, but to my surprise, it only took me 5 minutes to set up the system and 5 minutes to set up the software, and I was ready to go. The mapping worked seamlessly, and the magic was the centimeter level precision of the mower. It was really nice to see it in action. Overall, I'm very pleased with the result. Right now, they have a Black Friday sale that can give you up to 650 euros in savings. Also, as a first-time consumer, you get an additional 50 euro coupon. I'm going to put the link in the description, so don't forget to check it out. If you enjoyed this video, you're going to enjoy other videos I made about home improvement gadgets next. Thanks for tuning in to TechMo, and I will see you in the next one.